is owing the IRS some money. Talk to us about that scandal going on.
Well, yeah, I mean, California has this enormous $32-some billion deficit this year, probably much larger, actually. But in addition to that, California, because of its poor management of the unemployment system, lost tons of money to fraud, ended up taking this massive loan from the federal government, and then defaulted on that loan, failed to pay it back. It's about $20 billion. And so what's happening now is the federal government, by federal law, is making it so California businesses have to be taxed in order to pay back that loan, because Gavin Newsom and the state were basically deadbeats and didn't pay it back themselves.
And I mean, and how horrible is the timing on that? Like you said, I mean, the surcharge, it's going to fall on the backs of taxpayers and businesses. I mean, how horrible is that when these same businesses are dealing with insane levels of crime, homelessness driving away patrons, COVID, all those shutdowns? I mean, it's really been one whammy after another for businesses in the state.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, it's the last thing they need. Everything. It was already terrible to do business in California compared to other states. I mean, we have a lot of great things that attracts people to our state and makes it a great place to live. And we have amazing companies and people, but the government makes it so hard for small businesses to thrive. And then we have the worst COVID shutdowns, and here we have the highest taxes and the most regulations. And yes, here's just another tax, another cost for small businesses, it's all because of the government's neglect and negligence.
You know, it really is terrible. It's a tale as old as time at this point. But, those elites in charge, they're the ones who make the mistakes. But when their policies reap any benefits, they take the benefits for themselves. But whenever there's losses, like we're seeing now, well, then they spread it, they redistribute it all into our backs. And we've seen that again. And I hate to rag on the street. I mean, I'm a native, born and raised here. I don't plan to ever leave California. I love it here. And I always try and bring people back because, I hear it all the time from people. Everyone's trying to flee. And it is really hard when someone says, why shouldn't I flee? What do you like? The taxes, the crime, and they go on and on the laundry list. But I think, no, we need to stay and fight for our state, like you do, thankfully. And so when it comes to the reparations board, we're hearing, hundreds of thousands of dollars in checks, millions in checks for some who qualify with the reparations committee. Newsom seems to kind of backtracked a little bit, at least, maybe on some of the checks or the cash payments, exactly how he'd like that to go. Do you think maybe with this board, he bit off a little bit more than he could chew with it?
Well, I think it was all something that was just kind of, never going to happen from the beginning. I'm not sure he even had a plan for what to do once the recommendation came back, because it's something that's just totally unrealistic and doesn't make any sense. And yet you had the legislature overwhelmingly vote for this commission, and Newsom agreed to creating it. So he's put himself in this sort of catch-22 because he's going to basically now is trying to distance himself from the recommendations of his own commission.
Well, Congressman, I know you're busy. Thanks for making time for us tonight.
Oh, you bet. Thanks very much.
And when we come back.